But here we are talking about the trouble with our democracy. Is it a thing that we have reduced our democracy to an electioneering one, where every other 4 years we pat ourselves on the back for successfully having an election, but our democracy is not delivering developments for the people? Or it is the case that way too many of us are asking for too much and we are just ungrateful?
What is the trouble, in quotes, with our democracy is the fact that we did inherit a capitalist democracy whose basis or whose bedrock of operation was exploitation of Africa. And Africans inherited that after our colonization and slavery. And inheriting that means also inheriting all the things that it came with. Its culture, its unfairness, its dehumanization. Because if there's a system that is based on the dehumanization of Africans and raping their lands and resources and their people, and Africans themselves take that same format to play with, it's why we are where we are today.
But specifically on the question that you asked and the preamble that you said, I do not think at all that we at any point in time have been demanding too much. If anything at all, I think that we've been very too docile. And that would also really be one of the key issues that I want us to have a conversation about today.
Right.
Because we don't appear to really and truly believe that we are all stakeholders in this grand entity called Ghana. And for that reason, we need to assert our rights and demand for some of the things that we want. And so if anybody thinks that young people are being, say, irrational in their demands and all of that, I guess they haven't been paying attention at all.
How much young people are excluded, even from the issues that affect them. Let's look at the lawmaking processes. How many young people are there at the local level? How many young people are participated? And so he mentioned the issue of the gardener. We can't have some level of inclusion when the people that the issues affect them are not included in the processes. So in our process of lawmaking and policy and making sure that there are some decision making, we don't have to just ignore and take decisions for. I think young people know their issues, and young people also know the solutions. So it's a matter of engaging. He mentioned a bit of engagement. It's a matter of getting young people's voices to ensure that they also understand and appreciate what is happening. What can they also do to contribute? But when every now and then things are being decided for young people, then there's an issue.
When it comes to our democracy, we actually do the most unnatural thing, which is actually to vote and go back to bed and expect to reap dividends at the end of the day. Now, anybody here can tell me, which of you would plant a seed rainy season and go back to sleep and expect to come back subsequently with good output? Which of you would basically ask anybody to do something serious for you, and then you check out, you go and sleep, and you think naturally you are going to get the output that you desire?
The way you expect.
It doesn't work that way, and it won't work that way. So I think that we need to reconfigure our mindset and then ask the right questions, because to be honest with you, it is easy to sit back and complain. But in this discussion around youth engagement in politics, civil society, and wider issues in community, I think we need to throw the mirror on ourselves and ask, what has the level of engagement been?
I think morally we've all become corrupted.
Right.
And that is where it starts. We need to unlearn and relearn, because as young people, we need to look at things that we are talking about that is affecting us and try to solve it. So if you've been given office on campus and you are supposed to manage that small community and you are having problems, then you, the leader, there's something wrong with you. No, and not to be rude or anything like that, but then I feel like you are handling a very small community, and we should see that impact so that we can look at that and say that, okay, this person is fit to take office in the country. But if you can't run a small office or a small compound that you've been given the opportunity to actually impact lives, and you want us to give you an entire country. Are we, I mean, as young people, we should ask ourselves, are we also ready to take up the mantle as future leaders?